All right. It's been a while since you've been in here.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys joining in. Nice. Got the same hat.
Yeah,
Love that.
Always
got the
match with
opposite.
someone.
I was thinking maybe we need to like switch hats so the white's in the middle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
it's
should have like had it like staggered.
Yeah.
You like my new addition? I got this Spanish style thing. So what we did is we recently had an Airbnb that Lanning had, and it was like we sold it. And we were like, oh crap, we gotta get all that crap out. And so we ended up like having a team go and haul everything out. And I was like, I'm gonna use this for the podcast room. And I picked that thing up, and they were like, you want that?
So they
and I'm
left
like,
that in
yes.
there?
Do I?
They left that in there?
Yeah, that. Well, this is Lanning's, but
Oh,
he
nice.
let me use it here. And that little vase next to it, that little tiny one on the other side,
Yeah, it's
Colin?
good looking.
That way? Yeah, that little one. Yeah, I think they used to, probably like when Jesus was alive, they would drink wine out of that.
Nice.
I have no idea if that's true or not, but
It's an
it
ancient
could be.
artifact.
I bet that's what it looked like. Yeah, I've been watching The Chosen.
Yeah, pretty
It's a
amazing.
really good series.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've seen a couple episodes of that. The
That's-
Chosen.
It's good, man. I keep like, I'm probably like 5 episodes so far of 2 seasons. I'll have a moment where I'm like, don't tear up. I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, come on, Jesus. You're the freaking man. I start
Yep.
tearing up. I'm like, dang, I'm not worthy. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, what the heck? It's weird seeing the actual context
Yeah,
like-
that.
like put together. You need to watch it.
We've watched one episode.
The first 3, you got to make it through 3.
It was slow.
You got to make it through 3.
Yeah.
It's like it's about
You got-
Jesus. And
it's
it
like
was
reading
slow.
Genesis. It's like you're kind of like,
Yeah.
but you get to like the 3rd, 4th episode, stuff starts happening. It's way more exciting. Trust
better.
me. I watched it one time, stopped, then I rewatched it again.
Mel
And
Gibson
then,
directed
then
it.
I
didn't
jumped
he?
in.
think
No,
he
that
did.
was the Passion of the
Oh, that was
Christ.
a passion.
That's gonna
It's
be
close-
that's
close
gonna be a
enough.
TikTok for
Close
sure.
enough.
What were y'all
Close
talking about? Cruises.
Yeah, I went on a cruise, Eastern Caribbean. It was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. See any whales or anything? I don't know what. I don't.
Wales?
Yeah. Or do you on a cruise? You kind of just get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
and
so we
you
had
don't even
like
know you're on a boat?
we left on a Saturday, I think, maybe a Sunday. We spent first 2 days at sea, so you're just like on the boat. So
Middle of the water.
yeah,
That's
it's just
not for
like
me.
hanging out by
It feels
pools.
so sketchy.
not
No,
really.
it's fun, dude.
Is it super like pitch black dark?
Yeah, when it gets dark, but I mean, like if there's no clouds and the moon's bright, like there's still,
Like,
I'm gonna tell you what, dude.
But the cruise ship's lit up, so
Hey, it's lit. Whenever we get out of here, I'm gonna look up on my phone on like TikTok, and it's gonna show like 8 cruise ships like crashing, like sinking, and like the huge storms that hit it, bro. And I'm like, that's just not for me. I don't like being out in the middle of the. I'm a boat guy. When I can see the land, like in a lake or something.
Yeah.
But you get to where you can't see any land.
I mean, what do you think's gonna go wrong?
Everything.
yeah.
Like
The Titanic.
I'm gonna be praying again. Like Lord save me, like
Well,
you did them on the
To
ship.
be fair, the Titanic was like Alaska or
Yeah.
somewhere, so there's icebergs. There's not many
That's true.
icebergs on the
all you
Eastern
need, you already
Caribbean.
got half of the problem. You got water.
Tons
Right,
of
the other
it.
half is storm.
Boats
so
float.
you're just kicking it. I know they have all these systems that can like read
Yeah,
storm and weather patterns, but you have that one. It's like, what if the weather's like Lubbock and you're like, it's like, oh, it's way over here, and then it's just like,
so neither of y'all have been
and then
on a
like
cruise.
comes back and just nails you. No
Have you-
way, dude, not a chance.
You're missing out.
I've seen some of the cruises. Some of them probably aren't for me.
It's a good time.
Just like some of them are like wild, and I'm like,
Yeah.
people are like drinking and throwing people overboard.
So we went on a Royal Caribbean, and they have their own private island. So they on the last stop, they took us to the private island, and it was just like
We need to get in the cruise.
it was like a
business.
water park. Yeah, it was crazy. But they had like a water park, like beaches you could lay on. It's nice. Missing out.
The there is a cruise. I listen to Dave Ramsey a lot, and he's got a cruise through his company that they book out through like a cruise company or whatever. And he's gonna have like 4,000 of the Dave Ramsey fans. He's been selling tickets and stuff. And I was like, maybe I do that one just because I like.
He has his own boat, or
No, he I think he like partnered with a company, and he's like scheduling through
sense.
that company. He's selling, so he's like, make sure to go sign up and join us on this cruise. It's a once a year thing we do or whatever.
Yeah.
He's selling his tickets, so should be pretty sweet. I don't
that'd
know,
be
we'll see.
nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
It'd
a good
time.
gig, probably.
It's a cost-efficient way to travel, but
Yeah, supposedly there are people that like retire and they live on cruises because it's
yeah,
cheaper.
just like bounce from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
'cause you
bounce
get
from cruise
food
to
and
cruise.
room and board, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not people retiring with like 40 grand. In
I
their
mean, they
account.
probably got some money,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
several
it's
million
like-
dollars, but
it's I don't know, probably like a $3,000 a month for
What do you-
stay on a cruise.
what do you think you need these days to retire on? It's a good question.
Gee, that is a good question.
What do you think? I mean, there's no right. I don't have the answer in my head.
I guess it depends on
I've got
how
an
long you're
opinion.
retired.
or like what I guess maybe like what you want to achieve, what you want to do afterwards. But
your
like, what do you?
lifestyle looks like?
Yeah. What do you think you'd need to retire with?
I don't know. Maybe if you want to be comfortable for 20 years, I'd say 2.5 million would be a good. And now you'd be comfortable living like pretty
sure.
nice. You could travel. You could.
Okay, that's cash or net worth.
That's like liquid cash.
Yeah.
You could probably spend what, 10K a month doing that.
Yeah.
That'd be. I mean, you could do really anything with that.
Yeah, about 120 grand a year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think my house is paid for. I mean, I'm pretty easy. So food, internet, enough to travel a couple times a year, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think it's all based on lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think for me, I need about 250K a year
Yeah.
is what I need to spend and use. Whether that's I've got 2 million in an account or 3 million, and it's earning interest at the same time as I'm using it. So like it stretches out to where I can spend, because you're a CPA or a financial advisor or whatever can predict kind of like how long what you have currently is going to last you based on the year you retire and what your spending habits are. So yeah, you'll turn back a little bit, but I don't need anything crazy, but I want to have nice things and do fun stuff. I don't necessarily know if in that age I'd want things more than I just want to go do things.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some vacations, like, some people that are at our office and other people that I've known have taken it, my parents included, like you get 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 to go do something badass and it's worth it. But
Yeah.
if you're trying to live on 120K a year, you probably can't, so I'm trying to like up it. But I think that, obviously do real estate. I'm hoping to have my 20 rental properties paid off.
Yeah.
Well,
And that won't even
the
matter.
manufactured homes I bought, they'll be paid off when I'm 43, which is gross to think about.
13?
Huh? No, it's
30-year
15-year
note? You 13?
15-year note.
Okay. I was like,
I'm 1 year into it too, so I got
there we go.
14 years left.
Progress,
There you
baby.
So, I mean, that'll be like 80 to 90K a year, which I could probably live off that.
Yeah.
And my
And
wife's
everything
a
else is
worker,
butter.
so
Yeah.
I mean, my wife's gonna work she can't just sit at home, so she'll probably be doing stuff too.
Yeah, it's lucky,
you
man. It's
hear
good
of
to
like
find
those
something like that.
CEOs that own these $1 million companies and they retire and they die in 6 months.
Yeah.
They
Are you
die
trying to
of, like,
allude to something?
Die of boredom.
That recently happened,
Really?
Yeah, with the insurance company and like.
Well, he didn't
Okay.
die of boredom, but
No, but he
Yeah.
died within 6 months. We didn't retire, but I
Yeah.
guess
But-
technically he did.
yeah,
Like people
He's
that
over
have
there,
like they're
but-
stacked their whole lives of business and all that, and then they just retire and have nothing to do.
yeah,
So that plays into like being like wanting to pay for experiences and travel and do all of that
Mm-hmm.
would keep your mind busy from at least not business related but
yeah.
fun stuff.
I would like to continue to do like flips and stuff post retirement, just to keep doing something. But
Well, I think we're blessed, man, because I was reading something the other day and it was talking about if you look forward to the weekend, your week's not your rest of your week is not prioritized right, or you're not living like what you need to be. Like if you're living in such a crappy 5 days to get 2 days of freedom or enjoyment,
Yeah.
that's not life.
Yeah.
And so many people I feel like are in that and they don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
And where we're blessed that like we can do something that we enjoy daily, most of the time, not
Most
every
time,
day. There's going to
yeah.
be bad times, but for the most part, we enjoy it. And so after retirement, like, I feel like other people are going to be like, man, I finally get to do what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we're kind of doing it already. But I think that, if people are listening to this, I think if you're in that field of like, man, the next 25 years I'm working for this company and I hate Monday through Friday, like find something else. Life is not, it's not worth.
Agreed.
You can enjoy the whole week if you're doing something you love, and it's not always about the money. And I've
Yeah.
learned that on pretty quick.
A lot of people live to work, not work to live.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah, like living literally to just make a paycheck and end to end. And then that's why I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan, because I think he helps so many people. It's not for the like high income earners that are like really savvy financial people that understand the investing. It's for the people that like don't have that knowledge, never were taught. It's like, hey, here's a surefire way to slowly win and retire with $1 million,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
But you got to do it to the teeth, and it just gets you out of everything and helps you to save and grow. And I think that aspect is so important. Is that people are like, man, like they feel like they're doing great because they're making 120K a year, but they're spending 115K
Yeah.
a year. And so they're always paycheck to paycheck. And I've seen $400,000 or $500,000 a year earners like paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's crazy.
that stress is
I know some people like
you're
that.
strapped to it, and it's
Yeah.
like, come on, like if you could make that money and scale to a 15% of what you need to use your income for, like think of the growth you could have. but people aren't taught that. And I think the reason being is because then the big companies and business in general doesn't flourish. They want you to go spend. They want to promote, like I've started looking at holidays, like they raise prices on all these things in Christmas and Valentine's. They make you spend all this money and they raise the prices because they know everybody's it's like the whole thing is go buy stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, dang, man, like I don't
What
want to fall
It's
into
kind
that
of like
trap.
what can you look cool with?
Yep.
A lot
Yeah.
of
Keeping
people
up
fall
with the
into that.
Joneses.
Yeah, keep up
kind
with
of
the
deal.
Joneses.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And it's like I've done my time.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
like the Dave Ramsey thing. It was like you might live on a block and everybody has like brand new pickup, $500,000 house, and it's like 9 out of 10 of these people are in crippling debt.
Yeah.
They're just like paycheck to paycheck, barely making it. There's like that one guy that was taught like what you're saying, and he's actually doing it the right way. He's finding assets to pay for his liabilities and doing all of that stuff. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. You ever heard you can tell people by their receipts, right? Like the house has to match the car, matches the watch, matches the ring on the woman's hand, matches, everything aligns itself with how you handle your finances and money and wealth correctly, right? And you got people that buy the brand new car in a not the best neighborhood, and you're like, okay, that person obviously finds more value in a depreciating asset.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard for them to ever dig out of that hole because they've tied themselves to, they're like finally can afford that car, but they can't go get a new house now, and they're going to, so it's like, but they put the money on something that loses value.
Yeah.
And you see that time and time again, like you'll see people fronting, and you're like, dude, that's, you can pick them out pretty easy. Like, does everything line up with what they're doing, what they talk about, how they hold themselves?
Yeah.
It's so these days, like you said, keeping up with the Joneses, man, is so people are trying to pull rug over our eyes, and it's, everybody's different on social media.
Well, especially with the social media stuff, as I was about to say. Like, you only see the best part. You only see the nicest car. You never see like the back end.
Yep. Exactly. What do you think? I mean, you guys are successful. What do you think? Like, if you could go back, what would you tell yourself at 22 years old, when you just got out of college or just got out of high school and you're starting to work? Like, what would you tell yourself in order to build? Like, obviously, you can't go back and be like, bet on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like you can't
Buy
you can't go back in the day
Yeah.
and cheat the system. But like, what would you tell yourself?
I think even now for me, failure is one of those things that's important to have.
What do you mean?
Just like, don't be afraid of failure, which even now I'm kind of still trying to get through,
Yeah.
I'd prefer not to fail, but it's just kind of a part of the process.
Yeah.
Which
Same.
I've had my fair share of failures for sure.
Same,
but it's just, it's hard to succeed if you don't fail first. So I think that's probably one of those that even now I still battle with, but I think it's important to try and fail. And
Have you ever heard of fail forward?
yeah, which I've done. Yeah, I mean, that's
What do you
basically
think
I've
that
done.
means? What does that mean to you? So tell the people.
Yeah, so like for me, for an example, like a flip that I did didn't have much success on. You couldn't even say I had any success on it, but we've bought since then properties.
That wasn't a fail.
Yeah, we bought property since then, and if I kept that failure forefront, then wouldn't have had the success. That I would have been too afraid to, take on this other project that we've done. So
Yeah. So you fail, but you're failing in forward momentum. So the
Yeah,
next
you're
not
learning.
You don't
Learning.
fail and quit. You fail and you learn, and you
Yeah.
continue to roll it until you start turning those into successes.
for sure. Which obviously you don't want to fail ever, but it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen, man.
You can't avoid it.
You gotta roll with it. What do you think, Colin?
Yeah.
That was like a year ago for you, but
It actually was a year
Yeah.
ago for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, when I first got out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I would just say, I mean, there was nothing really like, real estate wasn't like a thing that was in my family. It wasn't something that was like brought in front of me. Like, it was kind of just fell on my lap, and I was like, I'll try this. So it wasn't, I don't know that I would like change anything about what happened. But there was definitely like some characteristics I could probably give myself, knowing what I know now, to speed up the process in like growing my business and doing stuff like that, minimizing debt, not going to like buy all the like, you get the big commission check. You're like, I'm going to buy something nice.
Yeah, what can I buy?
like a new Range Rover.
Yeah. Or a Rolex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if you buy the right Rolex, though, it's appreciated.
Yeah. If you get the right one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciating assets. Depends on how you look at stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing would probably be budget often, live below your means, do that, you know, and I'm still kind of teaching myself that, but.
What would you say is the biggest thing you're still learning? If you can think of one thing.
How to keep up.
Yeah, I mean,
we running, man. We running.
How to keep your, I think time management, man. The only thing that I ever do is like work, which is easy for me. I don't have kids, you know.
Yeah.
She's got a girlfriend, like, you know, which she's always on my back, like, hey, like, spend time with me.
Yeah.
Everyone knows. I mean, your wife's probably like that too. You know, you're working all
sure.
the time, and she's like, you know, you got to make that time. So I think that's the biggest thing. But I always say, like, I'm gonna grind now for the next 20 years. So whenever I'm 40, I'd be on a beach somewhere, toes in the sand, and I can actually enjoy my golden years before I'm in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, I think, is the time management thing. And
Yeah.
You found like the hardest thing, man, is it's like you picture life of like multiple quadrants of like your priorities. You know, mine is like, you got my work, I've got my friends and like relationships, I've got my family, I've got my finance, I've got my personal health, you know, my mindset, like knowledge, learning, and you've got all these quadrants, and we got 24 hours in a day, and you got to allocate time and energy to each thing, you know, how you prioritize things. And I feel like I've seen so many people that are so successful in business that fail at everything else, and they end up with nothing. You know, they end up with no family, they don't have contact with their kids, they're not a good person, they don't help others. It's like so many things fall. It's like I've learned, I've been busting my butt too to like build, and I'm like, man, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, now what's the life work balance? What am I working for? I make money. To what end? Like when do I ever get to enjoy it? I'm like nose deep in it all the time. So I've been trying to like slowly peel off the gas a little bit to like start freeing up as I go. Cause I'm like, man, I don't need to hoard it all, you know, and hold it like a chipmunk, you know, with all the nut, you know, all the acorns and like my mouth full. It's like, you need to make sure that you've got that balance. And I found out kind of what my balance is. 'Cause I really enjoy people and my family and those relationships. So I'm a people person. And so it's taking time away to not have those friendships that haven't been able to build and stuff like that is more important to me now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's hit you or you're still in grind mode, because I've been there.
Yeah, no, I'm still in grind mode. I don't think I can take the foot off the gas just yet. But I saw a thing yesterday. I was watching Landman. I don't know if y'all seen that show.
I saw a clip of Jerry
I've seen a couple
Jones.
episodes.
Yeah, so the Jerry Jones thing, what
He
he was
needs
talking
to
about.
sell the Cowboys and get into acting, I think.
Yeah, Zeke's gone.
Yeah, he was talking about how he was working all the time, and his daughter was going to Stanford, so she was in California, and she was so far away, never spent time with her. And anyway, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna drive out there and see if I can buy some real estate, and so then I can spend some time there working, and so I'll be close to her, and we can spend time together, and I'm not just she's at college. And so anyway, he buys like these 3 lots of land, and he was planning, or no, he bought 12 lots of land actually, so like a whole city block almost. And he was just going to develop it into, duplexes or single family or something.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? He's like, he actually got the mineral rights. So he went and he's drilled for oil, and he hit like big. That's what allowed him to buy the Dallas Cowboys. And so did that on like only on 3 oil wells out of some like random thing. And then he slowly started to like, the reason why he bought the Cowboys was to involve his family, so he could just work around his family the whole time. I think that would be cool. That's one of my goals, is to get high enough up there to where I can either automate like the real estate part, and then bring in like my family and have them work with you, because that's one of the biggest ways to like spend time with them. You're going to spend like a lot of your life working. Yeah. So if you can do it with people that you enjoy being with and family close to you, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Took a little nugget from Jerry on that one.
Yeah.
When Jesus talks about having faith like a child, like childlike faith is so desired. I think it's the same thing with just like our intentions in life. And I think the reason he says that is because it's so pure and like good-hearted. I think the same thing. Like so many people get intentions of like, man, I can't wait to grow big so that I can include my homies and my friends and my family, and like set my mom up and like take care of people and help others and donate to charity. And then they do, and then all of a sudden it's like that flame kicks up, and they're like, and next thing you know, they're not giving, they're not taking care of people. They like cut friendships off, and it's like money changes people so much. And it's like, I think if you just up front know who you are and like, I'm going to maintain this no matter what, I think, you know, because money's not the root of all evil. It's the love of money.
Yeah.
So I think that holding on tight to your principles is where a lot of people fail,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of people mess up.
Yeah.
Because they had good intentions, but intentions that are unproven over time doesn't matter.
Yeah. Money only heightens like
People
your
change.
intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it hides you. And next thing you know, it's like it becomes reality. Like
Yeah.
you're what would you do for $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Type of thing. I was watching. Y'all seen Mr. Beast's new show?
Uh-uh.
Like
No?
on
Beast,
TV?
Beast,
Show?
Beast Games. It's like the largest. It's on Prime, I think. It's like the largest game show in history. The prize is $5 million.
Dang.
And he's been doing a lot of like this. So they do challenges, wipe people out. Anyways, they had like 4 groups. They each elected like a captain. They go up this high tower, and there was like a money counter that they could take the money and it would eliminate their team, right? And they could stop it at any time. And he's like, they had no idea when it would stop. Well, as they got up to the top, he said, "Oh, there's a rule I didn't tell you, is that you can eliminate your team, but you'll stay in the game and you get to collect the money." And all the people down low are like, "Oh crap! Like, did we elect?" Because they had to elect somebody
Yeah.
to protect them, right? And the whole game is you eliminate players to get the money at the end.
Dang.
Well, they all get up there and the money's counting and it's going on the screen, and it gets like past 400K, 500K, 600K, and the people are kind of like up there, like kind of moving around, and all the people downstairs are like, "Don't do it!" You know, they're all
That's
freaking
crazy.
out. Yeah, and then it hits 900K, and it hits 1 million, and like these like sparks go off, and it's like, you know, like that's where it stopped. And he's like, "All right, so you're telling," and he's like, basically like, "You guys don't want $1 million and eliminate a fourth of your competition," and none of the 4 people took it. They all said, "Look, this is the principle I stand by," and
Good for them.
I told
Yeah.
my team that I wouldn't, and therefore I won't sell my character.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, dang, like I'm on the couch, like I'd have taken that.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
like,
right.
$1 million, because like the competitive side of me is like, okay, but then I'm like, dang, like that's noble. I can see
Yeah.
that's cool. I was like, that's better than I.
I would hope
sometimes.
I
I'm
would
not-
make that decision. I don't know. Though.
Yeah, that's
Especially
tough.
people you don't know too.
Right. And they've gotten to know each other for about a month, you know, living
Yeah.
in this little town. But
Yeah.
other than that, you don't know them. And
Yeah.
it's like, but you could eliminate, because the whole thing is a game. You know, that's how I see it, is like it's competitive.
Yeah.
You can eliminate people and you stay in the game.
Yeah.
But then your trust then forward is gone.
Yeah.
You know, and so like, I don't know. It's how do you play the game? It's a tough one.
It's like that survival show where, you know, you're like, you know, trying to act like a different person.
Is that
and then-
Survivor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Survivor, where you're like, you know, 2 sides of the coin.
Yeah.
And you're trying to play both sides. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
I was playing the Powerball the other day. It was up to like
I tried it.
1.2 billion. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, get my
Anytime
odds.
it's over $1 billion, my rule is to play.
I had a free entry on it.
It was
so
like 1 in 300 million chance or something. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, what'd you do if you won? Then you have like what's your
You better hook your boy up.
Yeah, right.
the guy at the station?
Take me
like,
on a
the gas
cruise.
station?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was saying like, man, he's like, if I sold you this ticket, you're gonna come back and give me some money. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then but I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, once you don't have to work for like the rest of your life and the rest of your kids' life and their kids and their kids and like, if you got
What do
that
you do?
much money, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know,
The
which
wild
obvious-
part-
like you can still do stuff, grow, like do businesses and do all of that, but like you wouldn't
What's this?
necessarily need to.
I'm gonna look it up. Keep going.
But yeah, it was like 1.15 billion or whatever. But
I could find something to do with that.
yeah, I think like you could definitely keep yourself busy, but you could buy anything you want, any house you want, you could go anywhere you want. Like at that point, then there's like I feel like a lot of people in life like go back to the thing, like they're living to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, I mean, you could definitely find stuff to occupy your time, but I feel like I get bored
Yeah.
So
like pretty quick.
I'd find a golf course probably to live on.
what do you think the percentage of lottery winners that go broke is?
90%.
I feel like I know this, but
Not 90. It's not that high.
I feel like it's a high percentage. But
It's higher than you'd think, but probably
60?
it's probably lower than you're gonna guess because you're thinking it's super high, but it's also higher than you'd be like, dang,
60?
that's lower.
lower.
One more.
30%.
Yep.
30.
1/3.
Okay.
1/3 go broke within 3 to 5 years,
That's
which
crazy.
is more likely than the average American.
I can't imagine blowing that.
You give them
kind of money
100 mil
that
and they go
fast.
broke in 5 years because they don't have the Dave Ramsey Foundation.
don't
They're
know.
like, this is forever. This
Yeah.
is generational. And then the next thing, I mean, you think about it, like you theoretically could spend that money. You can buy a boat for
Oh,
350
easily.
mil.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get $1 billion, that's 1/3 of $1 billion. You
Yeah.
could buy 3 things and run out of $1 billion.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Go fast.
So yeah, it can go fast if you're not careful. Most people don't be like, hire a financial advisor, set it up, like have my grandkids, college funds all lined up. It's like people don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just people are so like, I want.
Yeah.
And the Lord talks about how you handle little is how you're going to handle
Yep.
much, right? And the people that handle little poorly lose it. And the people that handle a lot poorly lose it. It's all about how you handle. And if you have little and you handle it well, the Lord gives you more. And it's like, it just goes to show you that I think it's proven time and time again through that money doesn't solve all the problems. Sometimes it creates problems.
Oh, for
So
sure.
be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you win it, you got to hook us up. Anybody watching, if you guys start going and playing the Powerball,
Yeah,
now,
just take me on a cruise. We'll go
yeah,
on a
Dylan's
cruise
like, I just need a
together.
cruise for life.
Yeah.
$1 million, pay it up front.
No, just one
to the-
cruise. Just take me
Dude,
on
if I
one
win,
cruise.
I'd pay $1 million for your however long that lasts for the cruise for you, and you could ride it out as long as you want.
I don't know if I want to be on a boat that long. But
Too bad.
Buy
You're the
boat.
cruise guy.
If
You
you
have
give me
the
$1 million,
cruise director.
I'll live on a cruise for that long.
All right, deal. 5 years minimum. We'll make a game show out of it.
Yeah, we
Who's
can
the
make a
guy
game
that lived
show
on the
on it.
boat for 5 years?
Right.
I saw Mr. Beast was doing he bought a private jet, and I don't know if y'all have seen that, but he bought a private jet and got these 2 young guys who have their pilot's license and told them if they live on this jet for 100 days that they get to keep the jet.
Did they do it?
I don't know. I think
Think about that. You just get to do random stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and like,
it's crazy.
Spending that amount of money per video.
yeah, dude, it's
Crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
But they could I think they can go wherever they want. They can order whatever they want, but it has to be like DoorDash to the plane. They can't get off the plane.
Could you do it?
Probably.
If I could fly the plane, I could do it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I'm
I
not a
couldn't
pilot.
fly.
It,
right now,
sounds one
but-
of those. I mean, pretend you could fly, but it's just. I think it's one of those things that it sounds so easy. But 100 days of sitting in let's just say we had to spend 100 days in this room.
Yeah, but you get a private jet.
Yeah,
You
but
could go anywhere. Paris.
it's
you get
more
free
about
fuel.
like I don't know. Yeah, I guess. But man, that boredom day after day.
For sure.
Oh,
in that confined space.
it would be terrible.
That's
it's just
true.
like I don't know, the smell. Like, gotta keep everything clean. Like, I don't.
How are
Is
they
there,
gonna
is there a
shower?
shower? Probably not. Like, you probably don't get
I
to
don't know.
shower.
I don't know what's on a private jet.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
some probably have showers.
You're like in the
but-
sink. Like,
Surely, I don't know.
Scrub
That's a good
Sponge
question.
bath.
yeah, sponge bath.
Sponge bath.
Sponge bath. Just like
Yep, the co-pilot giving you a sponge bath.
That's wild, dude. Yeah, pilot, co-pilot.
Huh?
Trying to create a movie.
I said pilot, co-pilot.
Yes. If we get a private jet, I'll give you a sponge bath.
All right, deal. Yeah, call it. That's the only thing. That's a video for sure that we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you'd buy?
I'd buy him a cruise ticket.
Just buy me a boat. Buy me a yacht.
If I won the lotto, number one, I think I would percentage allocate everything. I'd be like, all right, before it even touches my bank account, X percent goes to investment type stuff. X percent goes to this investment. I'm going to take, let's say 5 to 10% in like a checking or whatever, just to go buy the car I want, buy the house I want, spend it as cash,
Yeah.
and have everything else as an investment that I don't touch, except for overtime. I think that's what I would do. But I think once it hits your account, whatever's in there, you spend. So I think it's allocate it so you don't really see it. Have somebody, I'd for sure tell my financial advisor, this is coming in, help me please.
Yeah, you're putting it somewhere.
And then honestly, dude, think about, you'd have to cut ties with all the semi-homies,
Yeah.
like the people you don't really, that are kind of your friend. I mean, I've heard people threatening people.
You would
that won
know
the
your
lottery
you would
and,
know your real friends. I think.
yeah.
once you-
Immediately. Yeah.
But you'd have to
they're
have to
just
move,
begging
if you
for
want
money
enough,
and-
you'd have to move town potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think I would want it to be public. Is that an option?
Yeah.
You would want it.
No, I
It
wouldn't.
is an
I would-
option.
I wouldn't,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone to know.
It is an
Yeah.
option, but okay, here's a challenge, the Mr. Beast challenge. You win the lotto and you can't tell a soul because
There would be
one person
signs.
knows. Good luck having one person not tell just one person who tells one person who tells
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Like you tell anybody,
There'd be
a
signs.
bit, that's too big of news that somebody's not going to at least tell. Your mom would tell her husband,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
and then the
right.
husband tells his brother, and the brother tells his family, and then they tell all their. You know what I mean?
Chain
There's
reaction.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Eventually, everybody will know if you tell a soul. Can you do that? That's
I think it would be hard to have all that money and then live your same lifestyle accordingly. If you make 100 grand and you have 500 mil in your bank.
you don't show houses in a Bugatti.
I would if I won the lottery.
There'll be
Yeah.
telltale signs
I'm
of
telling you,
Colin winning
there'd
the
be
lotto.
signs, yeah.
I
Would
pull
he-
up in a helicopter.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here to show
If
the
I
house.
if I showed up with a new bag of irons, there'd be signs.
Yeah.
New pack of irons.
Just a gold 24K gold plated.
I just think Dylan hit it in some crypto or something. I don't know. You got 5K or something. It's a bag of irons. I'd never guess you won the lotto.
I'm telling you, I'm simple. Put me on a golf course somewhere.
I'll handle the money for you.
I'll be all right. No.
He don't need it. He just needs a bag of irons. I can make that happen.
Yeah, just buy me a bag of irons.
I'll work for you and I'll be your financial advisor the whole time.
Yeah, sure.
I'll handle your money. I'll make a percentage, but I'll handle it and make good investments.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine putting half a bill in like a money market.
It's wild.
Yeah.
How much
Would
money
be nice.
you get monthly?
I think I think real estate's obviously we all do real estate, but I think it's such a good option then for, as for high income earners and for people that need to distribute money. It's like, like buying a house to me, as long as you buy right, not in like a crappy, crazy area, you're not going to know your market, but spend millions of dollars on a house. It's still an investment. I've had buddies buy $3 million properties and they're worth $5 million, 10 years later. It's still an investment, right? Just because a house is more expensive doesn't make it not an investment.
Yeah.
It's all just, what your scale is. But I think real estate's a really good place to go with your money. And a lot of times you can knock off, hopefully, some of that tax implication.
Oh, for sure.
That's the biggest thing, dude, that I found out is like tax implication. And we started talking about, so it's great when you buy like a new construction house, there's only so much you can write off, right?
Yeah.
The interest, some of the taxes or whatever, how they cut that. And then obviously like whatever your gain is and you have your mortgage payment, but learned more about like accelerated depreciation and just being able to write off all the expenditures on like a rehab. And that's where you really get your tax benefit. You buy something beat up for 60 and you put 50 in it and it's worth 120 and you pull all your cash out. You get to write off that 50K of work on your personal taxes that say, that helps offset a lot of your gain.
Yeah.
And so that's the way that people can really offset tax implications is through value add type stuff. You don't have to like value add it and always win 100% and get all your money back and it'd be a perfect deal. Sometimes you just do it just to save money in your pocket.
Yeah.
You have a B or C class rental property deal, but it's still the benefit of it is huge. It may break even, it may lose $50, but you're saving 25 G's.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Bounces.
Yeah, that's something that I just thought owning a portfolio of property was going to help offset taxes a ton. It really doesn't. It's got to be something that you're spending money on, and it could be the bank money doing the repairs. That doesn't matter, but you got to be spending money to be able to write those things off.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's something I learned freaking recently. But I don't guess we have anybody to call, do we?
Nah,
I didn't even set it up.
We need to like make a list of like people that we would call.
call Lanning upstairs.
Who would you call?
Oh man.
If you put your mom on the phone in one of these, what would she say? Would she laugh or would you tell her she's on the show?
She'd be like, oh my.
Oh my.
And then I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Does she know anything about real estate?
Next time, she's an executive director of assisted livings.
Okay.
So she does that.
I feel bad if we like embarrass people. We could put people on that we have maybe a real estate question we want to like ask people. It's kind of like a little not difficult, but kind of difficult, and just kind of see like who knows the answer.
Yeah.
Like put them on the spot and be like, hey, what do you know about this? And they're gonna be like, what? I don't. They give a completely wrong answer. It'd be so funny.
Do like a 5-minute segment.
Yeah.
And then people can like comment in like real estate questions that they would ask or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we can ask, from the consumer, okay, this is a question from Rob from California. And then, but we don't tell Reagan that.
Yeah.
And we're just like, hey.
That's what we should have called. We should have freaking called Reagan.
How would you handle this? That'd be cool. That'd be a cool segment.
I think let's save that one. Remember that. Write it down.
Okay.
What do you, any other current events going on that you guys have seen that we should go over?
Luka and Kyrie are both hurt.
Luka?
Luka's hurt. Kyrie's hurt. Tough for the
Classic.
Mavs. What else?
Talking about Wemby being the
he's
GOAT.
crazy.
He's already ahead of LeBron and stuff for points scored. And they're like,
Yeah, he's like
he's already gonna break the
out
record.
of like 100 games, he's like leading in blocks, points, rebounds. It's crazy.
Bro, he should be the praying mantis.
No, he's
That's what he looks like.
yeah.
He should be like the
They
praying
call him
mantis.
the alien or something.
The alien?
Yeah.
The one that
His
wasn't that
logo is
Durant,
an
or
alien
no?
thing, huh?
Well, I thought that was Durant. Maybe I was wrong. I know
I
he's
don't
a
know.
Slim Reaper, but I thought he also was like an alien.
They call him the Black Mamba.
Okay. Yeah, Wemby. I guess. Yeah, he has a little alien shaped emoji or whatever.
Yeah, his logo.
Dude's a beast, bro.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know what else though.
I don't think there's anything really popping out.
You guys
right
do
now.
anything lately that's going to be pretty? You're starting your first flip, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, give us.
I'm excited on that.
Let's take 5 more minutes. We're going to end this at 40 minutes. What do you tell us a little bit about your flip and what you're expecting now, and then we're going to look back at this
Okay.
in a couple months and be like, did he hit it?
Yeah.
Where'd you
so
find it first?
It was on market actually, and I just threw this
On
offer
MLS,
out
there we
there. It
go.
was just like we were sitting in the conference room, me and Travis. And I was just like, throw this offer out there. He actually was like, just send it, man. And I was
Yeah.
like, they're not gonna accept this. And he's like, you never know, right? They accepted it.
Nice.
Yeah, wild.
So it was pretty cool, and I just closed on the second.
Well, you knocked them down a little bit more in the repair session, remember?
Yeah, knocked
Another 4K
renegotiated
off.
a little bit. After we walked it and found a couple more things, and they paid me for my represent myself, which is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, closed on the second, and going through their whole class thing, teaching just the step by step A to Z, like, hey, here's how the right way to do this to avoid all of the pitfalls that you could experience if you didn't listen to us. So that's cool. I get to kind of speed track how I would go about it instead of trying to learn on my own, which is cool. And then I worked through, interviewed contractors, finally found the one I wanted to go with.
Who you going with?
So I posted in the Lubbock contracting group.
Okay.
And I'm going with this guy named Anthony Pereda. So he used to do all the remodels for Progressive Properties. So he's
Pretty solid contact.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony.
He's done 100+ remodels or something like that. So he's got the
Good to know people.
experience.
It's good to know people and knowing their
I think
craft.
that'll help streamline the process for sure, because it's not like it's his first rodeo.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So doing that, and I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to turn out. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. I got it for the cheapest any houses sold in that area in the last 10 years.
Nice.
So
There you go.
it's pretty
What's
hard
the-
to fail on something like that.
What do you think your profit's looking like, or what do you think the ARV and your profit margin's looking like?
So I found out, the one next door, that white one that's been fully remodeled. So I called. They wouldn't tell me how much it sold for, but it's public record. So I just went and looked, and it sold for $155.
There we go.
And I was like, okay.
Was it bigger?
Yeah, it was like 200 foot bigger or something like that. But I was like, okay.
Remodel it like that one.
Yeah.
Just say, do that.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Yeah, I want that.
Copy it.
But no, I think the profit on the back end, I think remodels 25,
Okay.
30 maybe. And so all in cost, maybe 92.
Nice.
And then I think probably sell it for 130, 125, something like that.
And the cool thing is you kind of calculated your cost of remodel, contractor pickup, and your ARV price and everything through the programs that we've set up.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
you're going to be a big part of that moving forward after you take it. So it's,
Mm-hmm.
would you say it's pretty easy? As far as if somebody didn't know everything, it's a really good source to learn.
Yeah, if somebody was, man, I want to invest in real estate, but have zero idea how to even do it, that will streamline your process. I don't think you would be able to get every single nugget that y'all are going to teach in that class.
It's a lot of info.
From the first, what was it, 6-week
It's a
program?
lot of info. It's
Yeah.
a 12 week.
Okay, 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
An hour and a half, 2 hours every week. Trying to just get all of that knowledge the first time is going to be hard. So, but I think you'll be able to take a flip from A to Z, no doubt, and it will be hard to lose.
Yeah.
like that.
With knowing all that info. So.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So we're excited to see what your project looks like.
Yeah.
Calculated
fun.
risk, man.
Yeah, whenever it's done, you can tell them, hey, look up the address. It's sold. Here's the profit.
We're going to be doing I was telling him we're going to be doing a documentary. So I'm going to hey guys, just bought my first flip, and then kind of walk them through what it looks like, what we're going to be doing.
Nice.
And then throughout the progress, and we'll put it on social media.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Bingo.
So.
I've got a final thought. You guys give your final thoughts. I think a final thought is what we talked about is honestly take a little bit of risk, step in, really put your head down and take a risk in 2025. It's the time is now. There's no reason to wait on certain things. Obviously, don't do anything that's going to set you back. You want to do calculated risk. Never risk anything or invest anything that you're not willing to lose and able to lose. But what you've got to invest, make calculated risk, man. Talk to the right people. I'm a big believer in partnerships. Partner with people that are going to perform and bring value. Really vet your partners. I've been burned. Other people I know have been burned. It's not something that always works out, but you learn and you grow and you move forward.
I've been burned.
Yeah, and I've had a partnership that has been great right after one that wasn't great. And I've had tons of partnerships. I'm a big believer in them. And I think just really taking risk this year in something, even if it's small to others and big to you, that's fine. Don't compare to other people. You got to quit giving a crap what people think about you.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. And all it is going to do is hinder you from who you're supposed to be, unleashing the best version of you and being successful. It's going to hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got anything? What do you think taken from today, or something you want to just tell
I'll
people?
piggyback on that. For those watching, if it's like a real estate risk that you're willing to take, like, if you're wanting to do a flip or something, the main thing that I'm going to say is buy right. Doesn't matter. I mean, obviously renovation costs and everything matters. What you're going to sell it for matters. But if you buy it right, you have room there for maybe a lesser sell price than what you're expecting, or maybe a more renovation cost than you're expecting. So number one key, if you're doing a flip, is buy it right.
Yep.
One thing I've found, if you were done.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Didn't want to
Take
interrupt
over.
you. One thing that I found was, and that you've kind of taught me, is like never chase a deal.
Yeah.
You're always, there's always going to be another deal. So if you like really, really are like honed in, and like, especially the first time investor, you can find this off market property and it can be like your little like nest egg, and you're like really trying to chase it and make it happen, especially if you like nurtured it and found it on your own. There's always going to be another deal. So if the numbers don't work, they don't work, and then just move on. So,
Yeah.
especially like even in our market, we have a smaller market, 350,000 people in Lubbock County. Like if you're in Dallas or Austin, there's going to be endless deals for you to find.
Bukus of deals.
So, never chase a deal.
Bingo. I like
Love
that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Appreciate
Enjoyed
you
it.
guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, Dylan's got to go. He's got to go sell some deals. So
Going to walk a couple potential flips.
Yeah.
let's go. Don't say the addresses because people are going to see
No.
this.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Thanks for joining the Loft.
The Loft.
You're not going to do the Stay Frosty thing?
Stay frosty.